So what, you just push papers for the army? My cousin sneered at the barbecue. I set my plate down and said, have you ever felt completely invisible? Just smiling and nodding while someone you should be able to trust rips apart everything you've sacrificed for? That was my reality for years until one scorching summer day, my cousin pushed me too far, right in front of his Navy SEAL father. And that's when everything changed. So let me tell you about growing up. Picture this. A typical middle-class Virginia family. Cookouts, birthdays, the usual stuff. But even back then, in that same familiar backyard, there was a dynamic. My cousin Ryan, he was the golden boy. You know the type, loud, athletic, always soaking up all the attention. His dad, my Uncle Jack, was a commander in the Navy SEALs. He had this quiet power, this undeniable authority. I looked up to him, really admired him. I wanted to make him proud. When I decided to join the Air Force, most of the family just brushed it off. Oh, it's a phase, they'd say. They joked about me being too quiet, too careful for something like that. I never corrected them. I just worked. I studied harder, flew longer hours, pushed myself until I earned my wings. By 27, I wasn't just the quiet girl. I was Captain Brittany Hawking, an Air Force pilot with deployments under my belt, and a call sign, Iron Widow. But at family gatherings, nothing changed. It was still burgers, stories, and that subtle nagging condescension from people who never bothered to leave home. And Ryan, his teasing used to just roll off me. Used to. That backyard, man, it was a constant. The red brick patio, my dad's ancient grill, kids screaming through the sprinklers. My mom's potato salad, always in those plastic bowls where the lids never quite sealed. My dad, an engineer, he'd be by the grill, beer in hand, nodding. He was proud of me, I knew it. But he was a man of few words, you know? Just a quiet shoulder squeeze and a you eating enough? My Aunt Marianne, Ryan's mom, she had that perpetual hostess smile, always smoothing over the rough edges. Look at you all grown up, she'd say like I was still a kid. They meant well. Most of them did. But Ryan, he changed. We used to be close as kids, climbing trees, racing bikes, all that fearless boy stuff. He idolized Uncle Jack like any military kid would. But somewhere along the line, that admiration, it twisted. He started wearing his dad's legacy like a costume. A borrowed jacket that was clearly too big. When I enlisted, he'd already dropped out of college working at a gym. He'd lecture everyone at dinner about discipline and mental toughness. Like he'd invented it. And everyone would nod along like he was some expert. Meanwhile, I was at Lackland, pushing my body to its absolute limit. Learning to fly aircraft worth more than their entire block of houses combined. I didn't talk about it. Not out of shame, but because I didn't have to. The work, it spoke for itself. I came home from my first deployment, uniform still carrying the scent of jet fuel and desert dust. I'd been flying close air support, long, grueling hours in the cockpit, eyes glued to targets, coordinating with ground units, making damn sure our people made it home. It wasn't pretty. It was exhausting. Precise. Absolutely vital. Ryan saw my uniform, and that smirk spread across his face. You look tired, he said. What, paper jams at headquarters? The entire room just froze. My mom's smile evaporated. My dad put his beer down a little too hard. Uncle Jack, who'd been laughing a second ago, looked at me. His face was unreadable, but I saw it a flicker. Full story on the channel. Link below. Click now and watch what happened next.